on Instagram Live. My name is Michaela Waterman, and today I wanted to come to you with a 15-minute quick live stream about how to know what to share on social media to help you build your reputation, grow your brand, and show people that you are, hi Tara, the best person for the product or service that you sell. I'm open to any questions that you have along the way, so feel free to leave them below here. But just some points that I'm going to be covering. 3 to 5 part series mini videos, news posts, customer photos and reviews, and guides, especially here on Instagram. So I'll quickly get started. Not sure if you're noticing, but on social media, especially on, I'd probably say TikTok, I see this a lot, and sometimes on YouTube, people are doing 3 to 5 part series. Well, they'll start off with something that's really attention grabbing. Usually it's something that's trending on the platform. It could even be a story that in the end has a really exciting or surprising ending. And people are doing these 3 to 5 part series as a way to build momentum, build a brand, get people to follow so that they can watch, especially if you haven't posted the third video yet or the second video. So whenever you want to get more followers, grab people's attention and tell some real interesting stories that people generally don't know about you or your business, do a 3 to 5 part series. And again, try to do part 2 the next day, part 3 the next day. Don't do them all in one day, because the catch is to grab people's attention and say at the end of each video, follow for part 1, follow for part 2, follow for part 3, etc., etc. So try making those videos, in my opinion, 15 to 30 seconds long. That way people aren't sitting there waiting too long to see what you have to say. And other than creating an opportunity to get more followers, this is also a great way to build your reputation, build familiarity, show people a different side of yourself to your existing followers, customers, and audience members, and people that will potentially see you on the Explore page, on the timeline, or on the For You page, or just scrolling through YouTube, just as an example. Video or social media post idea number 2 are news stories. I'm sure you've seen this a lot from me. I share them once in a blue moon here, but I try to be active as much as possible on TikTok. And I also share those news stories on YouTube Shorts, which are actually doing pretty well. And news stories can be added with your opinion, your perspective, whether you think the celebrity or the influencer or this new law that's being passed in your industry is something that you agree with or don't agree with. In blogging world, we call them op-ed or opinion ed blogs, where somebody takes a trending topic that's on a platform or in their industry, and they start kind of sharing their opinions, their stories, why they think it's a good idea, why they think it's not a good idea. And this is one of the best ways to grab people's attention, because there will be people on every platform that agree with you, and some won't agree with you. And you'd be surprised, people that don't agree with you will actually be excited and motivated to follow you to learn more about, hey C-Mac, thanks for joining, about what it is that you have to share. So again, I'll start off again. You want to do those 3 to 5 part series videos where you're telling stories. Make sure that if you do part 1, don't overwhelm your audience by putting all 3 to 5 series in one day. And each series, just say, follow me for, hey, thanks for joining. Always tell people in each part or series to follow you for part 2. And that's, again, a great way to gain some momentum, get new followers, and build a new relationship with your existing audience. And then news stories could be something that's trending on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. Put your opinion on it, whether you agree or disagree, what you think that person or that company or that realtor or that teacher or tutor could have done better. Just put your spin on it. Try not to get too gossipy, but just kind of be professional, because you just never know if that celebrity or that person might see it and then reply to you, so on and so forth. The third social media post idea is customer reviews, or we call them user-generated content, which basically means if you have somebody who made a quick video of your product or service, you share that with your audience so that they can see what people are pretty much saying about you. This could be a photo of a product or service, or somebody saying something really great about you that they shared on their personal or business page, and you reshare it. You definitely want to tag that person and just show people that people are raving about your products, raving about your services. And if you are very comfortable with doing this, you can also take a bad experience that somebody had, and maybe it's something that other customers are experiencing too, and put it on your Instagram stories and say how you're going to address it, how you're going to fix it, action steps to make it better. I've seen big companies do this before, like Starbucks and other companies, where there was a big mistake and a customer put that mistake on Twitter, for example. It went viral. And instead of Starbucks just kind of, sending a DM to that customer or that influencer to fix it, they actually retweeted that person's issue and shared how they were going to fix it. Now, I know that it's really hard for somebody to, take something that's going viral that's bad about your brand or your company and saying how you're going to fix it, but it's actually one of the best ways to show people we are a company that stands for high morals and ethics, and we are a brand that believes in customer feedback, and this is what we're going to do it in a public way versus somebody taking screenshots of your DM and then sharing it, so on and so forth. So the fourth idea is guides. And obviously on Instagram, you can see that they have guides. You can also create an online guide in the form, hey, thanks for joining. You can also create an online guide other than an Instagram post in the form of a blog. And a guide is just really a neutral way of saying, let's take, for example, so Dream to Creator, you're a business magazine. So let's take, for example, you are talking about getting ready for business taxes, and you don't necessarily have an affiliation with TurboTax or an accountant, but you're just going to give some neutral advice and not really pinpointing back to an accountant or an accounting brand, but it's just a neutral point of view on how entrepreneurs can get ready for taxes now before April 2022 comes around. And it's not really selling anything, but it's just a neutral, unbiased, general guide to help people figure out how to buy something or figure out how to improve something. And a guide, even the Instagram guides, it's just a really great way to build trust with people, let people know that you know your industry, you know what you're talking about, and kind of like a go-to thing that they can use to fix something or improve something in their personal life, depending on what you're selling or branding yourself as. And guides are good too, especially if they're good. They're a good way for people to share them with other people. So if you ever have a chance to create an Instagram guide, I recommend it. And if you have a blog on your website, try to create a guide on your website, because that will definitely help with your search engine ranking, especially if it's something that hasn't been talked about before, or you just want to be found in your search engine based on your city or certain keywords. A guide is a really great way to get placement on Google. So I'll go through my points that I kind of covered, just trying to make this a quick 15-minute live stream. Create a 3 to 5 part series, storytelling, providing feedback, talking about how you got started in your business, interesting and surprising facts that are coming in the pipeline in 2022, for example, in your industry. And when you're doing those 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 part series, don't dump all of the series in one day. Like Monday, you'll do part 1, tell people at the end of the video, follow for part 2. Tuesday, you do part 2, and so on and so forth. And I was mentioning earlier that this is a great way to increase followers, build a connection with your audience, create momentum, and really get more views, because part series are really, really popular on TikTok, I believe. I don't see them too much on Instagram, but if you're a big TikTok fan, you might want to try that out. Social media post idea number 2 is news stories, not necessarily repeating what you see in the news, but maybe your feedback, maybe your opinion, whether you think it was a good idea for this person to do this or that, or what you think they could have done better. It's just a really great way to build your reputation and show people that you're an expert by putting your opinion on news stories that are related to your business or related to maybe a hobby or something that is behind the scenes that your customers or audience generally wouldn't think about you. Social media post number 3 are user-generated content, which basically means a customer posts something, maybe your magazine, Dream to Creator magazine. I don't know who the second person is on the line, but a customer or someone you know, they post something about you or your company or your service or your product on your page, and when you repost it, it's just a great way to show people that you've got customers and people are raving about great things. The flip side to that is, I was saying you can also take a bad post and a negative customer experience, repost it. Sounds pretty scary, but I've seen big companies like Starbucks do this, where a customer or an influencer was really heated and upset about a product or a service. And what they did was they retweeted that post that went viral that was really, really bad about their product or service, and they actually said publicly, this is how we're going to fix it. So that could be another way to flip it around and show people that you care, especially if it's going viral, versus ignoring it and then sending that influencer or customer a DM to fix it. And then the last one is Instagram guides, and guides are neutral. They're not really selling, marketing, or branding yourself. It's just a topic that is popular or a topic that you feel your audience needs to know about. And it's just a general, unbiased, you're not selling anything. It's just how to do this or how to do that. And here are options. And you could drop your company as an option or your competitors or not. And then you can also use guides for your website, especially if you have blogs and you just want to help people and give people free tips on how to make purchasing decisions or business decisions or education decisions or real estate decisions. And if you use that blog, for example, on a Google ad, or the blog just does really, really well, it can help you rank a little bit higher in search engines. So that's the end of my my little live stream here. I am open to answering any questions that you have about social media branding or anything that I've shared recently. You can tell that I'm getting more into the carousels because I kind of want to lift away from video and give people something to talk about and think about. I'm really changing up my strategy as well and really focusing on feelings that people have associated with creating content, like doubt and fear and anxiety, which I think everybody kind of experiences through the year or the day or the month, etc. And trying to give kind of like real life examples of how people can turn their fear into posting into an opportunity. So that could be another thing. Think about the fears, the doubts, and the issues of your potential customers and followers, and then start creating carousels, basically sharing how they can fix that fear, how they can turn a negative health or wealth or business or self-perception situation into something positive with an easy to do action step that they can actually do in that given day. So try to get away from the technical stuff that is really difficult for a potential customer to do or would require them to spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars, which kind of redirects them to your site. But try to give free advice that they can do immediately in the moment or in the day, which really gives them the confidence to believe that your company is the best company to buy from, because they don't really feel like they're being sold every time they see your content. They feel that you have their best interest in mind no matter what's going on. So that's it in a nutshell. I don't see any questions here, but I do want to thank each and every one of you for showing up on, the live stream. Hopefully I'll be able to show up every Friday at the same time, and so on and so forth. But if you do have any questions and you want to go anonymous, you're more than welcome to send me a message. But if you kind of just jumped on the line, I'll make sure to save this here on Instagram and you can check it out for yourself. Thank you so much, ladies and gents, for joining. And if you're new to my page and you're watching this, click the follow button. I've got more content, tips, and advice for branding, marketing, social media to share with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time and take care. Bye.